Hello, lovely people. It's been a while, I know, since I've made a video. So apologies for that because I fully intended to send out lots of info before the great event today, but I simply have had too many other things to do. Hope you're having a wonderful time. Had a great summer. Still summer here in Florida. And it's a really amazing energy here today. It's Thursday, August the 27th, 2026, and the energy is building to the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces, just into tomorrow here in Eastern Time, which again is going to be an interesting day, but more of that later. So this is just a short video. I have lots and lots of things to share with you, and I've been creating lots of workshops, lots of resources recently, and planning a new adventure as well, which we'll see how that unfolds, and I'll share that with you as and when. I hope that you are planning more adventures for yourself at this time. It's such an amazing time and a challenging time, I know, as things are changing so quickly. But this is why we're here at this time, to really live our soul purpose and remember why we came here, which of course is where the Zolkin comes in. So first of all, I'm going to talk about today. Just going to go through the code, the cosmic code. Okay, so I'm also still trying to figure out how to share this amazing resource with people and where to start, really, because I am coming into my 16th year now of working with this on a daily basis, and it's mind blowing. And every day I get something new. And in particular, yesterday, which was a very powerful day here, we finished yesterday the 260-day cycle. Yesterday, I was working on some codes for my friend and making her own personal Zolkin. This is mine. And this is something that came out recently as well. But now it has gone even deeper to a whole new level. So it is just really, really magical. It just keeps giving up more and more amazing information about how to use it. So today we're starting a brand new cycle, and it's, as I said, the 27th of August, 2026. We had the last cycle completed on the 26th. That was in Sagittarius. It began on the 10th of December. And the one before that was in Aries. And that began on the 25th of March, I think, if my memory serves me correctly. And also, if you think back to 5 years ago, because this is how this runs in cycles. Well, technically, we're in 2026 now, so it's 6 years ago. But this repeating cycle began on March. Now, again, I'll have to think about the date. I know the lockdown in the UK was March the 23rd. It wasn't on that date. Again, I'll look up that date and I will post that later. But around that time, around the spring equinox, in 2020 when the whole world changed in an unrecognizable way. That was the matching cycle. This particular cycle is in Virgo, and the last time this cycle took place was on the 1st of September in 2021. So think back to what you were doing then, because you are going to be doing the latest version, the latest download from the universe on your personal level. So red dragon, red magnetic dragon today. And as I said earlier, we are in this amazing full moon lunar eclipse, which is at 4 degrees of Pisces. And if you are into astrology, if you're into cosmology, watching people talking about what's happening in the starry skies and the Zolkin, you will be aware that there's a lot going on around the 4 degrees. And 4 degrees of Pisces is very key around our soul journey and what we came here for at this time. So, with all this amazing new beginning code that came in earlier this year as well with Aries, it is a very powerful dynamic. We've also got a new North Node in Aquarius, and over the past few hours, we've been in Aquarius Moon. So Aquarius Moon is really being solution focused, doesn't want to do the emotion, just wants to create solutions. And when we go deeper with that, that is a very, very old pattern for humanity. The key for our soul journey is to come into a clear space by releasing the emotion instead of trying to create a solution from that old, often stuck place, often hurt place where we just keep creating more of the same solutions, the same comfort zone that our brain runs like a computer program in many ways. We keep creating the same old stories, the same old patterns, because that's just how it works. Using these tools, and in particular using EFT, helps you to get unstuck and rewire your personal story. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about the cosmic codes today because there's some interesting numbers running there. I'm just going to bring that up. And this is another key thing for me that I've talked about before, is I'm trying to use lots of different frameworks at the moment to do technology and create documents and access things with different people, different frameworks. And this is something that I am really trying to master with my Jupiter in Leo at the moment. Okay, so right now, as I'm making this video, the moon has actually gone into Pisces. It's at 0 degrees, ground zero. We've got the sun at 4 degrees of Virgo. We've also got Mercury at 4 degrees of Virgo. So again, that 4 number is very important. In the Mayan cosmology, that represents self-existing, step 4, and this is the way to go to align with the goddess. Set your intention today. How do I become free of my codependent behavior? Virgo is excellent at drilling down into the details as well, and discernment and health. We've also got 0 degrees of Chiron today. We have Venus at 19 degrees of Libra, Mars is at 10 degrees of Cancer, Jupiter's at 12 degrees of Leo, Saturn retrograde still, 13 degrees of Aries, Chiron also retrograde. Uranus is at 5 degrees of Gemini, Neptune's at 3 degrees of Aries retrograde, and Pluto is also at 3 degrees of Aquarius retrograde. So again, that's some interesting numerology there. And I'm going to bring up now inside degrees. So, of course, the key to all of this is to see how this is illuminating your chart and what it's shining a spotlight on. And using the Zolkin in conjunction with astrology as well is just like a laser light. It's unbelievable. It can tell you exactly what to focus on, what year, and in particular with these, I don't know, you can see, I know it's very small. Somebody helped me to create this. It has my individual years on here. If you'd like to know more about that for yourself, if you like one of these, please message me. And it does take me a while to compute it, because it's not part of my programming, that it's not a everyday language. It's a very magical galactic language, which is a very high consciousness. Okay, so I'm just going to bring up, this website is aquaorfire.net and it's inside degrees. Each degree in the chart has a little storyline. It's called a sigil. And this is the one that goes with Pisces at 4 degrees. Mushrooms springing up everywhere. You're being engulfed by external and internal factors and facets that suddenly are there everywhere and come right in. No boundaries, no separate container. The universal life force carrier and representative incapable of pulling away from the collective call of life is intoxicated with it all. Massively taken over by emergent currents and whatever feels vitally important, impressionable and suggestible with an unbelievable depth and intensity, absorbing the shock of all that is happening here, raw, and impelled to rally people around to bring everybody alive to make it happen. You ooze conviction and resonance with the basic core spirit in each and all 300% all the way. So this axis of Virgo and Pisces is, again, something that we've just moved out of with North Node, South Node. And so in one respect, we can look at the dream, which is belonging to our mothers. And again, this really ties in with today with Red Dragon. It's all about our mother code and our matriarchy and the lineage that goes with that. How we are living our ancestors' lives and going back years, decades, everything that's happened to human beings has created a nightmare for many people because of the wars, because of how we learn as human beings and how we copy what our caretakers do, how they behave to a certain degree, until we learn something new and until we learn that actually most of the things that we grow up with are not the truth, they're distortions. And the planet that goes with Red Dragon is Neptune, and Neptune is the ruler of Pisces. So often, when we are stuck in old programming and old code and life feels like a nightmare, it's because we are running distortions in our DNA, which creates illness for us, and also in our mindset. And that's really key to Virgo energy. When we look at our behavior and where it comes from, there's usually a very distinct trail to look at. Mindsets. Paying attention to what people say is key to my training in NLP, because when you listen to people's words, you understand the beliefs that they run inside of them. You become aware from what they say. And over time, over many years now, I've worked with so many people who have very limiting beliefs, and we all have them because we've all gone through experiences. And these beliefs create our day to day reality in this holograph that we live in. The great thing about this, though, is the more that you get to learn and bring to consciousness those beliefs and the stories, there are amazing ways to transform that inner world so the outer world changes. Virgo is superb at finding the details, so drilling down into those details for those plans. Pisces is the bigger picture, the ocean, Christ consciousness, limitlessness. Its shadow side can be about addictions and boundaries, and often using addictions to cope. And my next workshop is going to be about why we have addictions and how they're created, and really to understand them so that we can let them go and move into a place of purification. So again, Virgo is about health. It's about wealth, reality check, the sacred feminine intuition as well, that comes from a place where we haven't been programmed, where we're not running conditioning that we've learned in our society or that we've inherited. I'm really passionate about sharing those tools and how to use them at this time. And so for me, back in September of 2021, I was just starting a journey to come to America, which eventually led to me getting married to my husband and becoming a citizen here. What were you doing at that time? This was just so huge for me, this whole journey. What was your journey? What were you doing back then? And we all got massive shifts with the 2020 lockdowns. That created a whole new awareness of what it meant to be a human being at that time. And it brought a lot of things to light, a lot of shadow things as well. So I drew a card for today, and this is the card. This is so key to the 260-day cycle, because this is all about Venus. This is Venus's embodiment on the planet, a goddess, and how she had to go down into the underworld in order to meet her shadow. As many different cultures have this story, and it's also the Mayan story with how Venus moves from being a morning star to an evening star. And there's a whole framework around that as well, which helps you understand your pattern in this lifetime. And the shadow is about denial. It's the parts of ourselves that we have repressed, that have gone into hiding, and how those parts can be resurrected. In particular, the framework EFT helps us to heal those shadow experiences and to regain our sovereignty. So I'm just going to show you the pages rather than read it all. So you can stop that and look for yourself if you wish. And if you'd like any more info, please comment. So on this page. Trying not to make this video too long. Like I say, today I'm just really going to focus on the code and do a video soon that goes into more depth. So I did a different card reading today. So I asked for a past, which is White Wind, which is tomorrow with the Lunar Eclipse, and the new learning coming in from Spirit. So something from the past. Present is Red Moon. And my wave spell for my birthday this year is Red Moon. It's all about authenticity and being the beacon of light, the moon story, the emotional story, the priestess energy. The future, how to be the truth teller, the Heyoka energy. This is my wave spell. And stay in our emotional center when the storm hits. That's the key. And the overall bigger picture energy is the shadow, which goes with the other card. Transformation. And the Thoth card, which is Virgo. So again, to go within, we have the three-headed hound that guards the gates of hell. And in there we have so much detail. These are amazing cards. You can see. So Cerberus, very, very, very key for me. It's a big story and ongoing. Everything that happens to us has the potentiality to set us free from our shadow, to help us live heaven on earth, to create heaven on earth through us. And we do that by releasing all those stories of our ancestors that are no longer ours. We can keep the wisdom, we can thrive, we can align with this goddess purification energy to tune in, to become a clearer channel by clearing ourselves. And that's what this first 52 days is all about. So today, set your intention, notice what happens for you today, and look to the twin of Red Dragon, which is White Mirror. They both have this energy of Neptune. Have a look to your holograph, what's going on around you. If you really start to work deeply with yourself, the mystery of you, and use these tools and believe in this process, the universe is always reflecting our own personal story. There's a shared game plan that we're all in on some level, but we all have a different perception of that. Each one of us is facing our own challenges. And the more that we heal our shadow stories, change our beliefs, we start to live a different life and feel empowered and feel sovereign. And remember that this journey we chose, this journey we came to learn how to do this. We are an embodiment of the divine. And we come here to evolve humanity at this time through evolving our own personal story and creating new frameworks from that clearer space, from that consciousness that is always there. The more we heal, the more we can feel, and the more that we can download that phenomenal magic and joy. So I'm wishing you an absolutely amazing 260-day cycle in this energy of Virgo. Life is an adventure. Live it to the fullest. Have courage. Let the heart guide you at this time. And please do get in touch if you're interested in knowing more about these tools that I use. I love connecting to new people and expanding my tribe. Lots of love. See you soon.